Hi, I'm Mary. Welcome to the Paper Turtle. Today I'm going to show you a flip through of the latest journal that I've made. This one is flower themed, and I made this for a friend for her birthday, and I hopefully by the time that I put this up she will have received it. I think she watches my channel. I don't know. If you do, hi Becky, I hope you're enjoying your journal. So this is made from a Reader's Digest book. The front and the back are Reader's Digest covers. And this part of it is, I don't know what this is. Is crewel? Is this needlepoint? I think it's crewel. I don't know. But I found this, it was just a single piece of this fabric stitched like this at an estate sale. And I knew as soon as I saw it that it would make a perfect journal cover. So that's what this is. And I just put a little lace on the edge and this fabric on the spine and the back. My tassel, I'm actually quite proud of this tassel this time. I've been struggling with making not the tassel so much, but the bead part of it. I have not been able to do this well and to attach it well and to have it look the way that I wanted it to. But this time I'm a bit pleased with this one. I really like it. I like the way that the tassel came out and the beading, and I attached it, if you can see, simply by tying the ring to an eyelet that I had punched in a hole I have punched in the spine. And I just tied it with a ribbon. I tried a bowl clip and it didn't lay right. I've tried a safety pin and I didn't like how that looked. So I decided let me just tie it. So it's removable if it gets in her way or something. And I think it looks pretty good like that. The closure, the back of it is simply tied into a hole that I punched with my crocodile. I had an eyelet in there, but either I don't know how to use my crocodile, which I've had for years, or it's not working right, but it didn't flatten out the eyelet. Maybe the eyelet wasn't long enough to go through the thickness of the book. I don't know. The eyelet fell out. So I just tied it into the hole, and I think it'll be perfectly fine like that. The front part of the closure is a button. It's actually 3 buttons stacked. I don't know if I can show you this. I don't know what you're seeing. There's 2 smaller buttons glued underneath the bigger button, and I did that to give it some space to be able to wind this around. But what I should have done was put a bigger button on the top because it's not quite wide enough to catch all the ribbon. I think it'll be fine. I can't take it off because I super glued it on there. But I think it'll be okay. I think that'll work just fine. And on the inside, I hope that you're all in frame. Let me see. Okay. On the inside, I left the edging of the fabric. I just folded it over. Put scrapbook paper on the cover and across the binding there. And this is just a tag I made to tuck into this little pocket right here. Over here is a little tuck spot. And in the tuck spot, I always put these in my books. I typed this up on a vintage typewriter. Yes, I have one and I use it and it works pretty well. I can't type as fast as you can on a computer, but it works. I like it. So I typed this up. It's ideas for using your junk journal, things you can add to your junk journal, and just a little note telling the person, have fun with it. You can paint in it, draw in it, write in it, do anything you want in it. It's your journal. So this page has some lace on the edge. This is a little side pocket with just a postcard tucked in there. Some coffee dyed grid paper that I stamped on. I did a swap with a few people in one of my Facebook groups. for some coffee dyed paper or some dyed paper. They sent me all different kinds, and I just sent various different supplies to them. I hope they liked them, but I love the paper that they sent me because I've tried dyeing it myself and I didn't do a very good job. So I got some really nice paper from some very nice people, and I appreciated it so much. So this is just a cutout flower. And over here, we have an envelope that I made from scrapbook paper. Tucked inside is it's just a simple plain piece of notebook paper. This came from a steno pad, but I love the color. I love this dusty pink color. I found that at an estate sale, and I was like, oh yes, thank you. And this is a paper clip that I made. It's just a image of a butterfly. And these are clipped onto a page from a flower identification book. Sometimes I cut the flowers out, sometimes I use the page. This is just a simple cutout from a piece of scrapbook paper. Over here is a little corner tuck spot on some very pretty scrapbook paper. This is just a little card, and this is a strip of tickets that I made. I didn't have any tickets, and so I didn't want to buy new tickets. What's that defeats the purpose. So I made some. This is just made out of scrapbook paper. I left the back blank to be journaled on, and just put some little cutout pictures on it and some sayings. And those are my tickets. I like it. Then on this page, I have a belly band. This one is just made from scrapbook paper, and I put some trim on it, some flowers and some pictures, a little bit of bling. This is just a thing that was in a book on instruction book to watercolor. And I don't know if it was supposed to be used as a pattern or if you were to watercolor directly in the book or what, but they were cut out in circles. So I just cut it out and used it. And if somebody wants to actually color it or paint on it or be creative with it, they can, and the back can be used for journaling. This page has a little corner tuck spot and some lace, just a little tag. Didn't do too much on there, and just a cutout. Some plain paper. This one's got a little washi tape on the edge of it. I have a lot of blank pages in here so that it's obvious that this is a journal. Lots of pages for her to be able to put her pictures on or to write on or whatever. This is from a book about roses. This is just a flip out. This is from a flower identification book. Lots of different ways you can use those books. And this is another one, just a different book. This is the center of this signature, and I like to put these little, these are just from punches. And I just glue them onto the ends of the strings just to add a little bit of interest to the book. I made a couple little pockets, and in the pockets I have some playing cards because you know I love playing cards. And I just decorated the back of the playing cards so that you can use them for journaling cards. You can still see that they're actually playing cards. And I liked the backs of them, so I left the backs as they were. Some cards I like the front side, some cards I like the back side. It just depends on the card. And there's another couple of cards. One of my favorite elements is the playing cards. And these are just more pages. There's a fabric flip. This, I got a bunch of fabric pieces that were sewn together and had lace trimmed on them. And along with that were these pieces. So I believe this is what they were making, or maybe this was a piece to some other craft project that they were working on. I don't know. but I thought that these pieces made really good bookmarks. And these pieces, I just cut them apart, and they are perfect fabric flips. So I really, really like, that was like a really good buy. I got like for $2 all these fabric flips and bookmarks and stuff. A whole bag of them. I think I showed them to you in a haul video. Go back and watch my haul videos. You'll see it. And this is just a flip out from a pretty picture of Lilac that I hope reminds her of home. This is a trifold that I made. I was just kind of playing around and experimenting. I watched somebody do something similar online, so I tried it. And on this side, I put a little paper bag and put a tag in there. In the center is one of these, I'm not sure what they're calling them, but it's made from a book page. This is a single book page folded and turned down at the corners to make pockets. I've seen several people on YouTube make these. I'm not going to name any particular name because, like I said, I've seen several people make them. I don't know who first came up with the idea. I may or may not have watched their video. I may have watched somebody else's video. I don't know. But they're fun to make. And whoever came up with the idea came up with a really good idea. I like it. So I just put a few journaling cards and tags in here. I know you're all thinking, not all of you, but some of you are probably thinking, you should name who you got the idea from. Well, I don't know, because I've watched several people do it. So I'm sure that the people that I watched do it, it wasn't their original idea. In fact, I know it wasn't, because I think the people that I watched do it both said that they got the idea from somebody else. So, you know, these things, these ideas are floating around out there on YouTube. And who knows who the original person was. So I don't want to just throw a name out there when I've watched several people do it, because I don't want somebody to be left out. You know, I don't want to name one person and not name other people. So I'm not naming anybody. You all who watch these videos on a regular basis know who the people are out there. You know who to look for. You know what to search for. I don't mean, gosh, I hope you don't all take that the wrong way. I don't mean that to be snarky or to not give credit where credit is due. I mean it to not leave anybody out. To not single somebody out and leave somebody else out. I'm just going to shut up now because I'm taking all for myself. Please don't anybody take that the wrong way. Oh gosh, Mary, what are you doing? Okay, so here's another one of those watercolor things that came from the watercolor instruction book, and I just put it on there and made a pocket and put a tag in there. Some trim. And now we're into the second signature. And as I go through this book, there's going to be fewer and fewer elements because the book was getting fatter and fatter. So I had to not put as many elements in because it was just getting too fat. There's the bookmark. Here is this is a little envelope, but it's made from an extra buttons envelope that we get with our clothes. I have a whole bunch of these that came with boxes or containers of buttons that I've bought, or some came from my own clothes. Or I've just been saving them for forever. So I finally used one. I just covered it with some scrapbook paper and added some cutout pictures on it. And inside is just a little piece of note paper, just to kind of show what you can put in there. And it was clipped in with an altered paper clip. Just a little butterfly. And on this side was just this was a cutout from a piece of scrapbook paper. Another fabric flip from another piece of the, I'm going to call it the bookmark fabric, because that's what I'm guessing she was making out of them. But they're really pretty. There's several different patterns that I got. And some more dyed paper, which I just love. I love this dyed paper. Thank you to whoever sent it to me. This is from the watercolor book. This is a flip tuck pocket thing. This comes all the way out, and I'm not going to take it out because I had trouble putting it in the first time I recorded this video. Yep, this is my second time recording this video because my camera shut off. And see, I'm going to have to cut this and make it a little bit more narrow so it can more easily come in and out of there. Okay, I'm kind of fumbling through this video. I may have to record this a third time. I don't know. This is a doily that was very thin, and I was afraid that it was going to tear, so I glued it onto this piece of scrapbook paper just to create another page. That's all it is. It's just a page. And some more pages. This is the center of the second signature. I need to glue that down better. And excuse me while I do this, because if I don't, I'll forget. I did more little heart punch outs on this one and put some postage stamps on there. The recipient will understand the meaning of the postage stamps, I hope. And this is just a book page with a flower cutout and lace trim to make a pocket for this little journaling card here. This is a note card that I glued in here to make a pocket. I put this tag in. I love putting different kinds of fibers and trims and stuff on my tags. This is just a cutout I added there so it wasn't so stark white. And some trim. And more dyed paper. A stamp. This was a piece of trim. I only had a little bit of it, but as soon as I saw it, I knew it was going to make a good belly band, so that's what it is. And this is just a dyed index card with a graphic on it. And some scrapbook paper and trim. This is one of the things that's adding a lot of bulk to this book. And I don't know if I would have put it in here if I had realized it was going to add so much bulk. But this is actually something that could stand alone. It's sturdy enough to stand by itself. This is a trifold that I made with envelopes. Each of these is an envelope covered with scrapbook paper. It's very thick, very sturdy. And it is attached to the page. So we have a pocket here where I altered a guest check, which this is the first time I've done this. The first time I've used a guest check, and I really like it. I like how it came out. And the back of it already has journaling lines on it, so I really liked that. And this side is just a pocket with a tag that I attached to it. The end piece is a side pocket with a journaling card in it, a little fabric tab. And the center piece, which has the front pocket here, is also a top pocket for a tag. Okay, Just go in there. Alright, you have to excuse me. I'm tired. This is the second time I've recorded this video, and I was working all day putting things in my Etsy shop and getting other videos ready, and it's just... Sorry, I'm tired. Okay, third signature. This has also added some bulk to the book, but it has a mini journal in it that I just made from scrapbook paper and made a couple of little pockets to put these little mini tags in. And this is leftover paper. This is the cut ends from the dyed paper that's in here. And another little tag in the back. And the last fabric flip. I love this fabric. I believe it is pretty old vintage fabric. It's got a bird on it and some flowers. It's so pretty. I only have a little piece of it. And this pocket is made from blanket binding. You know, it's folded in half so that you put it on the edge, made to go on the edge of a blanket. And it's satiny, so soft. Oh my goodness, it's so tactile. I just had to use this. I love it. And it just folded right perfectly over my page, and I glued the ends of it, and it makes a perfect little pocket. This is just an envelope I made, and a piece of stationery that I just stuck in there. Another index card. This is a piece of vellum. I love this paper. It's so pretty. And some parchment paper, the Roses book, ledger paper, the flower identification book, punched flowers for the center, this is the other side of that vellum paper. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. That is so pretty. Some scrapbook paper, doily, dyed paper, stamped dyed paper, and this is just a page from a gardening journal. Probably should put her month in there. Maybe I'll go back and find that and do that. And then just a pocket with another page of that watercolor book, and a little tag that I had found, a little bag full of these little tags at a thrift store. So that is my flower journal. I hope you like it. I hope that the recipient likes it. And thanks for watching. You can hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you want, hit the dislike button if you want. I don't care either way. And check out some of my other videos. I've got some awesome haul videos that show you where I get all this stuff that I use to make my journals. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.